of this reduction in subsidy?
So yeah, we have been working out the entire, the entire pricing strategy. A lot of it depends on the competition as well. But the way we have figured out is that anywhere from, ranging from 20,000 up to 45,000, we are expecting the consumer prices to go up on different models. However, obviously, we have absorbed a lot of the cost that we could absorb as a manufacturer. And this will also, instill us to come up with new product ranges, new products which are sort of keeping the balance of the price and at the same time coming up, with models which can serve of purpose to the people as well. So a lot of engineering work now will begin to take the product to the next level. So as of now, we've done both the things to offer to the market.
So, Anshul, you're contemplating a price increase of anywhere between 25 to 45,000, depending on your model range?
Correct. So since the model prices and model offerings are various, so it will go from 20,000 up to 45,000 and the top end model. So and we have started to announce it to the consumers, and that is why probably buying an EV two-wheeler right now is the best time, whether it's us or our product or somebody else's. But this is right now, of the next 8 days, it's going to be the best time to buy EVs, two-wheelers specifically.
Right. Right. Also, Shamsher Diwan, coming to you, while the government has not yet come out with the exact contours of where this money is coming from within the FAME scheme, our understanding is that 2,000 crores, which was allocated under the 10,000 crore outlay for electric two-wheelers, has almost exhausted. The additional 1,500 crores under the FAME 2 scheme is being diverted from electric three-wheelers into the e-two-wheeler segment. What is your sense and how this will impact the electric three-wheeler segment?
Your guess is as good as mine. I think this is what we have also heard. I think the current notification does not specifically mention that where is this 1,500 crores coming from. But sources say that yes, this is the part of reallocation within the 10,000 crores under part of FAME 2, overall framework.
Right. In terms of further extending, the government so far, from what we understand, that this increased outlay for electric two-wheelers is still February 2024. The scheme expires in March. When we spoke to the Heavy Industries Minister, Shamsher, he said that all options are open when it comes to supporting electric mobility beyond March. In case this FAME scheme is not extended, if there is no new FAME scheme, how will that impact EV prices? By what percentage do you think we could see price increases? And how will that impact adoption if there is no subsidy?
So if you look at the current pricing parity between petrol-based two-wheelers and electric two-wheelers in the premium category, in the current scheme of things, the difference is about 15 to 20%. But with the new FAME 2 subsidy, which will roll out from 1st of June, the difference will go up to between 40 to 50%. But if the FAME 2 subsidy completely goes away from, let's say, February or March of 2024, the price gap will further increase. At that point in time, I think it will be a differential between what is the total cost of ownership between petrol versus the electric two-wheelers. And our sense is that, at that point in time, the impact will largely have to be borne by the OEMs to the extent of the operating leverage benefits which will come in, plus the localization impact. As you know, OEMs have been working on various initiatives to bring down the cost of manufacturing, the BOM cost, as it's generally known. And they're working towards localizing many of the key components, whether it is the electric motor, the battery cell pack, and other things. And over the next couple of years, many of the companies will also start manufacturing battery cells in India, not the essentially all the two-wheeler OEMs, but the other manufacturers who are in the process of setting up capacities. So perhaps by 2026 onwards, you will see that the battery cells will also start getting localized. And that is the time when we feel that, the cost of electric two-wheelers will further come down. If you kind of draw a parallel to what has happened, let's say in other markets, particularly China, therein, the subsidy mechanism has continued for a fairly long period of time. It's been, I think, almost 10 to 11 years that the subsidies have been offered, and they have been cut down in a very gradual manner.
Right. Let me go back to Anshul Gupta. Anshul, we have been always hearing that currently electric vehicle makers and even established OEMs are making losses per vehicle. They're not yet close to making breaking even when it comes to EVs. Give us a sense, with this reduction in subsidy, will the loss per vehicle go up, and does the path to profitability also get longer?
So this is a very tricky. It's something which is there for all the OEMs, and yeah, it seems to be it's going to be slightly tricky. However, that's where the engineering, that's where the localization projects, that's where everything starts to make sense when you talk about reducing your fixed cost, uh, getting your right product into the market which hits the consumers pretty well with the offtake as well. So I feel that the business is going to go through a big rapid transition where a lot of consolidation of competition might happen, and at the same time businesses would have to relook at the total cost structures that are there in the companies and come up with a better engineered product which are without profit nobody can sustain. So yes, the first cut, if things are status quo within a company, then yes, road to profit is going to go further ahead. But when a company decides to restructure itself, I think it's not that hard as well. So subsidies came in with the perspective of
Right.
aiding the consumer to get the awareness going, and I think that has been fairly done with the 10 lakh mark that has been achieved in the two-wheeler segment. Now, rest something the
Right.
OEM also has to do, and the partners who are involved in the entire ecosystem. Together, everybody has to work in order to make this a profitable business for everyone. And at the
Anshul,
same
very
time, making
quickly,
it
one final question. One final question before we wrap. Are you also cutting back on production starting 1st of June because of the decline in subsidy?
So not really. I would say as of now, no, there's no plan to reduce production or anything. But the kind of response we've got from our partners and dealers, and the kind of consumer inquiries we have on board, I think we are pretty much stable with that. We're not taking any like immediate decision just basis on the information that has come out. But since our pipeline and pre-orders with the consumers are good, and we are sort of settled for the next 2 months, so I don't think there's a challenge for us as of now.
Okay. All right. Anshul Gupta, Shamsher Diwan, thank you very much for joining us here on News Center. With that, it's a wrap on this program. More news and updates continue right here on CNBC TV18.